Back, guys, to the Across the River podcast. I'm Jacob Kaplan here with Ben Gaines. And Gaines, today we're talking MLB trade deadline and more. But yeah, we're going to start with that. Obviously, 6 o'clock deadline yesterday. And I thought it was
Crazy.
a pretty good deadline from most of the MLB teams. It was pretty exciting to
I agree.
watch.
I would say both New York teams won.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. We'll get into the winners and losers in a moment. But what are, some big takeaways you have?
The Twins are interesting.
Hmm. Okay, I,
Okay,
I
they
feel that. I feel that.
they trade away 10 players,
Yeah,
but they don't trade away the one player they can get the most return on
that's
in
true.
Joe
That's true,
Ryan.
Ryan. Yeah. I mean,
I
there was
really
there
feel,
was everybody got scared that he was a Red Sox for a second.
yeah, but we'll talk about the Red Sox later. Let's keep that one for later because sorry to our Red Sox fans. Sorry, Lennon.
So yeah, exactly.
Bit of a bad one. Also, we have Luis Robert Jr. staying put,
Mm-hmm.
Marcelo Zuna staying put,
Sandy
but
Alcantara, Edward
Sandy
Cabrera.
and Edward Cabrera staying put. And you have the Padres just saying, you know what? Screw the future.
Yeah.
Ego, everything I have.
I mean,
Let's just go trade for
if
everything.
I'm being honest, their team at the moment is pretty stacked for like years,
It
so like,
is. I saw their
they don't
lineup
really
earlier.
need
I could pull up.
to worry about the future as much, if I'm being honest.
That's true, but then you could have. I'm gonna say it. Could have said the same thing about the Mets when they
I mean,
traded PCA away for Javi Baez.
you could say that.
Their lineup was set for the future then. But so yeah, the Padres lineup now is just insane. You got
Yeah.
Fernando Tatis, Luis Arias, Manny Machado, Jackson Merrill, Xander Bogaerts, Ryan O'Hearn, Ramon Laureano, Jake Cronenworth, Freddie Fermin, and then you got Gavin Sheets off the bench. Jose Iglesias off the bench. Oh my God. That's the GOAT right there. Mets legend. Wish we
They
could get him
also
back.
got they got good pitching. They got Miller. They did get Yankees legend Nestor Cortez, who hasn't
I did
pitched
see
since
that.
April
Pretty sure
3rd. He
that name
hasn't pitched
also
since April 3rd, but
that the same
that's
Nestor
the point.
Cortez who blew the World Series.
Oh, we don't talk about that, but of course you like to. No, I'm talking about the guy that gave up he started that 9 home run game by the Yankees earlier this year. That was that. So that's what I remember him from.
So let's go into the winners and losers. You told me before you have five winners,
Yeah, I have five,
but I think we both can agree on just two winners, which we
two
can just get
winners.
out the
Yeah,
way now. Mets and Yankees are both winners.
for sure, for
They
sure,
they both
for
added
sure.
depth to the bullpen,
hmm
which was a huge need.
No, I think now both teams have top five bullpens in the league. If I'm being honest.
Agreed. The Yankees actually got a real shortstop. Sorry, Anthony Volpe.
Backup
Yeah.
one, but yeah, it's besides the point.
And Volpe has five errors in what, like 11 games? That's pretty
Yeah,
sad.
yeah.
He almost has the same amount of errors as home runs. Like, come on.
I think he does. Like actually.
Exactly. That's bad. Got third base position from Phil, like we mentioned last week.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason got Austin Slater. But yeah, sure. He's there for the
Yeah,
vibes.
why not?
The Mets got Cedric Mullins. What a get. Owen Heffron, talking to you. I would like to apologize from my heart that we got Cedric Mullins from your team. But I promise you, we will treat that man with respect and integrity. And we will bring him a ring. For you, Owen.
Oh, yeah, hold your breath with that one.
For you, Heffy.
Hold your breath with that one.
My boy. You do have something else. Kids Cast this weekend. Looking forward to watching that.
Shout out to our guys that are
Shout
pulling
out to our
the.
guys from the Respect Camp.
I actually think
We're doing
that's
the Kids
next
Cast
weekend. That's next weekend
next
actually.
weekend. Sorry. Mets best bullpen in baseball. Some
No,
calling it the Shield. Some
no,
calling it the
no,
Shield.
no.
Some calling it the Shield. You got Ryan Helsley, Hells Bells, Tyler Rogers,
It's
and
not
then
the shield. It's not even close to the shield, bro.
Evan Diaz. What a great bullpen!
Okay, so what? Mason Miller, Robert Suarez,
But nobody cares about the Padres. Name one Padres fan right now.
FaZe Rug.
Name another.
Let's see here.
Exactly my point. You
What?
could wait as long for a Padres fan as the amount of time that Mikhail Bridges signed with the Knicks, but we'll get into that later. Okay,
All right.
that's 4 years for you. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so who's your first loser? Hit me with it. Hit me with it.
Losers? Oh, we're going losers first? Or
Yeah, give me your loser first.
all right. Well, my first loser, obviously, we were hinting at them earlier. The Boston Red Sox for sure.
And in the
Two
group
only
chat,
got
I saw
two.
you talking a lot about the Red Sox being
Yeah.
losers.
They only got two guys. And Steven Matz, who they traded away Blaze Jordan for, who, if you look up his highlight tapes from a couple years ago, he is insane.
Isn't he the next Bryce Harper for source?
I mean, that's what people were saying when he won the home run derby in Cleveland for like the
Mhm.
amateurs or whatever it was called. And they got a Dustin May from the Dodgers, who they traded away James Tibbs, and they got him in the Devers trade. So basically,
Tom Thibodeau's kid?
that just no, stop it, bro. That just makes the Devers trade look like way worse for the Red Sox. So, and everybody's saying, yeah, they're a game behind the Yankees. I don't even let me see if they are still a game behind. They're probably like a game and a half now. But
Probably like a half, 2 games behind, something
yeah,
like
give
that.
them a game and a half behind the Yankees right now. They're still in a wild card spot. But I mean, if you think you're going to make the playoffs, they're in a playoff spot. I would think they would be buyers, but they clearly did nothing. So,
My first,
congrats to the Red Sox.
my first loser will be the Atlanta Braves, as they are 15 and a half games back from the Mets in the division. They did not sell nor buy. They have plateaued, and that is really just sad to see from them. Everyone had them as a World Series contender. Let me correct myself.
I
Going into
mean,
the season,
Acuna and Strider were hurt for like half the year, so
that is true, but still, everyone had them as a playoff team. You couldn't expect the Miami Marlins. That's right, the Miami Marlins to be ahead of them in the division.
fair enough, fair enough.
So that's one of my losers. My second loser, hmm, I think peak. Would have to swing it over to the White Sox because they didn't trade Bob. They didn't
They
trade
don't.
Luis Robert Jr.
They didn't need to.
But they could have, and they could have got prospects, and they were asking for too much. They were asking for Jonah Tong, which the Mets would have never done.
I mean,
But
yeah, they were
they
looking
could
for
have got more.
prospects. Yeah.
But they could have got other prospects who are still good. But they tried to have their cake and eat it too, which just didn't work out for them.
Okay.
So then, who's your second loser?
My second loser is the.
Wait, I am getting some breaking news here. Actually, Micah Parsons has made a tweet saying "Thank you, Dallas." So I believe
Yeah, he requested a trade. Yeah,
that means Micah Parsons,
he's
one of the
requesting a
best
trade.
defensive players in the league, is requesting a trade. That's on top of Terry McLaurin requesting a trade yesterday,
And Trey Hendrickson too.
and Trey Hendrickson. Crazy people. MLB trade deadline happened, and NFL said, "Let's have some fun with trades now." But who was your second loser?
My second loser is the Dallas Cowboys. No, I'm kidding. I mean, yeah, they are losers. Frick the Cowboys, anyways. My second loser is the Milwaukee Brewers because the Brewers they're neck and neck with the Cubs right off the NL Central, and they did absolutely nothing. Like legit
That's
nothing.
fair.
I think they did less than the Red Sox, if I'm being honest. So yeah, you're pushing for that division title. I think you want to upgrade a little more to get more depth going into the playoff push, but they did nothing. So Brewers are one of my losers.
I'm gonna go with a winner here. Say shout out to them. Shout out to Cincinnati Reds. I think they're a winner. Made some great moves. Got Brian Hayes, who was a great piece. And got other good moves as well. So I really like that for them. I can see them making the wild card. I have belief in them. But we'll need another team to drop off. But I feel like that's possible, especially if they're playing like how they are lately. They were down, 11-3 last night in the eighth inning to the Braves. Yes, they lost, but they came back to tie 11-11. So if the offense is staying that hot, I think they can make the playoffs. Who's the winner of yours?
Uh, my second winner. I guess we're going back and forth between winners and losers. My second winner is the Padres, without a doubt.
That's fair.
They did a lot. They upgraded well, even though they gave away a little Dolly Dave Reese to the A's and more. I think they got Sears for pitching depth. I just think the Padres are going to be a team to look out for in October.
Agreed. My final loser. Gonna go with the Detroit Tigers. I feel like they really could have added more. They added a little. They got Chris Paddock from the Rangers, but
Yeah.
I feel like they could
The
have gotten
Twins, the
way more
Twins,
pitch
the Twins,
from the
Twins.
Twins. Sorry, but they could have got way more pitching depth, and then also maybe another bat. Yes, Javi Baez has been great in the field, but when it comes to his at bats, he's looking like me in MLB The Show,
Hmm.
unfortunately, which is just swinging at the worst pitches possible. So I really think they could have got some more help there.
Valid's valid.
So we got one more lose. You got one more loser, one more winner.
All right, well, I got two more for each because I wrote four and five. But anyway, my third loser is the Los Angeles Dodgers. I feel like the Dodgers
Okay.
really, it's the Dodgers. Everyone's like, yeah, they got a super team, but they've been knocked with injuries. Blake Snell's coming back tomorrow. He will be pitching against Tampa, actually, funny enough. But the Dodgers, it's like the Brewers a little bit. You're fighting for spots in the playoffs. Obviously, they'll make it, and they'll be a team to watch out for. But if they want to stack up against the Padres, the
Yeah,
Phillies, maybe the Mets, they're gonna have to get more, and
that's fair.
that's what they really didn't do that.
Now, last episode, I had the Astros making it to the World Series. And they're my final winner. They're bringing the band together, at least some of it. They got back Carlos Correa. What an addition that was at the deadline.
Yeah, I
I don't
got
think I
I
don't
gotta
think
agree.
anybody expected Carlos Correa to get traded at the deadline, and especially being traded to the Astros.
That's
So that was an insane move. Props to them. I know they were looking for a lot at the deadline, but it's still just very impressive that they got that pulled off, and they didn't even give up much back.
yeah. I mean, they took most of the contract. That's why.
But that's fine. Like
Why?
in baseball, there's no salary. There's no cap space. So
Yeah.
really, doesn't matter.
I
You
mean,
saw
I
Bryce
agree with you.
Harper.
I agree with you. They're one of my winners also. They're
You
another
saw Bryce Harper and Nick Castellanos getting pissed off at Rob Manfred for trying to talk about a salary cap.
salary cap. Yeah.
So it really just doesn't matter.
Fair enough. Fair enough. My final winner besides the Astros are one of mine. Were one of the last two ahead, but my final one, I'm going with the Seattle Mariners. They did a really good job this deadline. I thought, Josh Naylor, a great first base pickup, got back Eugenio Suarez. They didn't really give up much, a couple prospects here and there, but I feel like the Mariners, coming into their own. They're making their own path. I feel like they can make that push towards the postseason this year.
Mhm.
Whether it's a wild card team. They're 4.5 back of Houston right now. I feel like that division race will heat up towards the end of the season. But yeah,
That's fair.
Suarez, Naylor, great pickups for those Mariners.
That's good. And then you said you had another loser.
My final loser is not really much, but it's just the Pirates because their GM's an idiot.
That's
They
fair.
got nothing for Bednar, and the reliever market I thought was going up. With the trade of Miller,
Rogers.
Rogers. Everyone's like, oh, what's it called? What am I trying to say? Bednar should be untouchable now with the price range that relievers are going into, but the GM of Pittsburgh just crap. Just it was a fleece by the Yankees. Story
Mhm.
short, that was it.
Oh, I talked about it before. New York Knicks extended and re-signed Mikal Bridges. 4 years, 150, 37.5 mil per year. I know you don't like this trade. I, I mean, this signing extension. I like it, to be honest. I'm going to say. But why don't you like I'm assuming you think it's an overpay.
Bro, I wanted Bro, I thought they could have traded him for like
The
some.
Knicks were never getting Giannis, if we're being
They could have
serious.
traded him for something good, bro.
If we're being serious, the Knicks were never getting Giannis. I'm sorry. Giannis is a buck forever and a buck at heart. Okay? Let me tell you why I like this Knicks trade, okay? Bridges' defense in the playoffs, him super clutch, especially in that Celtics series. He was able to stop Tatum, Tatum multiple times,
Hmm.
which was huge for the team. Let's not forget that. He's also not horrible at shooting. Don't forget he had a game winner against Portland. So I really don't mind the signing. I think maybe, yeah, they gave him a little bit too much money. Could have given him a little bit less. But I do think for the team it works out. Especially it would have looked really bad on the team if they traded away all those first round picks and then let Bridges walk away instantly. That would have looked horrible on the team. So I think it was a must have to do to the team so they also didn't get clowned by the league. What do you think about this signing?
Bridges signing what we're talking about, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Because
of course.
uh I mean, it's like the Knicks are keeping the core. They're keeping the core together. The Towns, I'll give
You were a
props.
big advocate of keeping the
I'll,
core together
I'll, I'll
last
give
year.
props to you. At the moment, I keep saying it. At the moment, It wasn't a great trade in my opinion, but now we look at it. Now we look at it, and I think it was a good trade for the Knicks. Dante really isn't doing much in Minnesota. Randall is really the only piece that's been doing anything for the T-Wolves. So as
Shout out
you
Julius
look at
Randle.
it, who? Say it again?
Shout out Julius Randle.
Yeah, shout out Randall. If he didn't get her, I think the Knicks would have made a run deep when he was still there. But
Agreed.
if I look at the trade now, it's more like a straight up trade because it was a win-win for both teams. The Bridges deal, I mean, Mike Brown, new head coach. We'll see how the core does with the new coaching system. Obviously, Knicks fans probably are going to miss Tibbs because he got them to the conference finals for the first time in 2.5 years.
Obviously, it's a
But
sweet and sour pill.
I still think the Knicks are a really big contender in the East with all the injuries that's going around in the NBA with the Achilles killing Boston, Indiana.
Sure.
But we'll see how it
Especially they added
is.
Jordan Clarkson. He has good
Yeah, that's
ball
true.
handling.
It's a good pickup. They could have gotten Westbrook possibly, but he's a Sacramento King now.
No need to get Westbrook.
Yeah, no, eh, people are thinking about it, but
I like Jordan Clarkson. I think he's going to
yeah,
be a
he
great
should be
addition
a
to the
good
team.
man off the bench. That's what the Knicks need. They need bench depth, in my opinion. They can't be.
Agreed.
I think Mike Brown will be, you know, dispersing the minutes more than Tibbs did.
Which we love to see.
Yeah, which not love to see. We need to see.
That's true.
So no, I think it'll be a good trade. I just think Bridges needs to play better and play where play his worth. Is what I'm gonna say. He needs to play his worth. What he's getting, he needs to play like he's worth that money.
That's valid. He definitely had some games last year where he didn't show up, but other games he did. So he needs to be way more consistent. I agree on that
Hmm
point.
hmm
So NFL's back.
Hall of Fame game yesterday.
Often giving back. Jim Harbaugh coached a master class of teams, beating the Chargers to a 34-7 win over the Detroit Lions. Trey Lance actually looked really good,
Hmm
to be honest.
Valid. It's a valid point. Yeah. I mean, it's only preseason. It's only preseason. But
That's
still, I
fair.
mean, glad to see football back. Another thing we can say is that
Red zone.
Red Zone, yeah, ESPN has acquired Red Zone from.
And it's gonna be not gonna be the same. Not gonna be
Yeah,
the
it's
same.
not going to be the same for sure, but who knows? It
No
could.
more turning on channel 835 every
Yeah,
Sunday at 1.
no more Prime Channel. It's going to be we're going to be a lot of commercials and everything.
Not gonna be the same. I'm gonna miss it. And Red
Yeah.
Zone was one of the best parts about football, in my opinion. Especially as an avid, as a
hmm
big fantasy football player. Me and Ollie Galkin won our league last year, and Red Zone was
Yep.
a big reason to that because we were able to watch so much tape on there, and it was just fun. Like it brought a smile to your face. So thank you, Red Zone. Hopefully they keep Scott Hansen. If they don't, then that's a huge mistake. But we'll have to see.
Yeah. Agreed. Oh, slowly getting back to normal
Agreed.
posting.
Hoping more sport. We're excited for football to come back.
Yeah.
Basketball, hockey soon.
hmm
Baseball is ramping up. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe,
Comment, yeah.
comment your
Put
opinion,
anything in the comments. We'll read the comments.
and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.